I want to be very clear about this. I'm a scientist, an interior one. I'm not a theologian. I am not here to tell you how to act right with God. Because, I think I'm gonna be honest, it's too much fucking work. I love doing theologizing here and there, though. You know what I mean? As I am a practitioner. But the thing is, I practice a certain kind of art. And that art is not for everyone. Now here's the thing, my science, metaphysics, and the first principles, ontology, cosmology, ethics, the foundation of theology and alchemy and living paradox, I can transmit those things to you. I can articulate those things to you. If you want to check out rigorous mysticism, check it out in the channel, right? Check out the video called Rigorous Mysticism, the Sixfold Interior Science of Conscious Transformation. That's a 1-hour breakdown. I'm also going to be recording other videos. They'll probably be out on the channel. I'm going to post this immediately, so, because this is like a, welcome to I'm just doing this off the top, but I was like, I need to post a video about who the levers is for, and especially who would find my polymath advisory the most valuable. Now, my interdisciplinary executive consulting, one-time interior translation consultations, guild contract executions, building things for you one time, being a bridge or a stabilizer, being a translator on a one-time or a short-term project. I can do all those things for anybody, because that's less about the art of what you're doing and just you paying me for my clarity and my ability to see and transmit those principles, but then also translate them at a base level for you. But what I can't really do is tell you in your specific system how to go about actually living those and really practicing them. Not just the things you can do and that you should do generally, even applied specifically to your domain, but the specific way you should approach it. Because everyone has different approaches. That's why there are different temperaments. And the thing is, my approach, my art, daimonic alchemy, it's not for everyone. Now, my science, rigorous mysticism and asymptotic alchemy, that is. Everyone can practice those things. Everyone can understand the invariance and take their own practice from that. But there's a specific kind of person who burns the tiniest bit too hot, even when they try their hardest to be still. The idea always flickering, which is why you always got a journal around, or you got your pocket journal, or why you have 200,000 voice memos, or why you carry a digital camera. Because the thing is, it's not just about words, it's about symbol, it's about sight in general. It's about knowing. It's about what you don't know and what you can. And for that kind of person, I actually can tell you, because I know what that's like. And so, if I'm just going to fold it out pretty simply here, rigorous mysticism is the interior science of conscious transformation. Don't mind all the noise from the kitties here. Rigorous mysticism is the interior science of conscious transformation, the sixfold interior science of conscious transformation. Ontology, cosmology, ethics, that's the first octave, the invariant, impersonal, universal octave. And then the reflections of all those things, which are theology, the reflection of all ontology, how one unique individual personally relates to the absolute, how a unique being expression personally relates to the absolute. Then there's alchemy, which is a unique individual transformation. We all have temperaments, but there's also uniqueness within that temperament. That's why we, collect together in groups, in organizations, because we have tendencies and temperaments. But we're still individual pieces, still individual people, still individual expressions of the one, of love itself. And unfortunately, if I am not one who practices like you, unless you're a Christian mystic who burns too hot to sit still and is a philosopher and a builder and an artist and kind of a fuckboy, unless you're all those things, I can help you very much from a general perspective. And I can even get extremely specific with like your unique temperament in terms of how general I can get with first principles and invariance. Because I've just seen it. I've seen too much of it. I'm trying to be honest. I've seen too much. But what I can't do is tell you specifically how to go about practicing that. Unless it's the path I practice. And for me, there's only a couple that work. And I don't try to act like I'm someone else. And so I won't try to act like my art is for everyone. Because I know I'm not for everyone. And art comes from the artist, right? Art is in the eye of the beholder, so they say. Something like that. Science is about first variables, first principles, first causes. I mean, first invariants. First invariables. I meant to say first principles, but variables started coming out. Science is about first principles and first causes, or at least metaphysics is. Science is about law and understanding like what governs the universe and reality. And this is what science seeks to study with its mass collection of data and, observation over time. Yeah, it's the same thing as interior science, except you don't have like external tools. You got to use your awareness and like your soul and your like emotions and your nervous system. Like it's about using the senses from the inner world and from the spirit, the meta senses, which are quite real. I can teach you about those if you want. But like I was saying, I'm here because I stand on the shoulder of a lot of giants, and I feel like I can point to enough of them and what they've said and be like, okay guys, they're all saying the same thing and here's how. Now I'm not going to do that all the time because I don't care, because this is what I have to say. But I'm always going to stand on my lineage, Start at Aristotle. And all the other teachers of mine. Because science is about first principles, first causes, about what is just true, well, then that means that's for everyone. However, how you go about living truth, how you go about expressing it, now that isn't quite the same. And so, if you are not what I like to call the hunter who burns too hot to sit still, someone who's got to go out into the unknown and explore new terrain, someone who's got to kill for what they eat, someone who's got to become more, because if they don't move, they'll feel like they're gonna die. If that's you, I can help you. Especially. And so like, my inner circle advisory and my polymath advisory, any long-term container, is especially for you. Like I said, I can help anyone on a short-term basis. Interior translation consultation, guild contract, even having an extended relationship over time. But what I won't be able to do is see you so clearly, because we're not the same kind of human. You know what I mean? And that's okay. Because the thing is, we don't have to be. You can still find me valuable from that place. We can still help each other from that place. I can still help you from that place, which is what I desire to do. But I wanted you... Oh, shit. Yeah, these bees popping. Oh, shit. I wanted to be very clear, like I said, that if I talk about my art, if I talk about daimonic alchemy, if I talk about how I personally practice, which I don't do much, if I'm going to be honest, because this isn't about that. But it's helpful at times, and I also do enjoy it, because like I said, there's a certain kind of person that it is viable for. And for that kind of person, I'm here for you. Here on Polymath Advisor for the Lovers, and with my one-on-one services. Motum amores, ostellatio sottenzione, coherentia soprasura. Dai, 这样。